Welcome. We're glad you're with us today. This is our fourth and final conversation with one of our building principals. I'm Dave Hefflinger, the superintendent at Field. Joining me today, Mike Geraghty, our high school principal. Just a reminder, we have done Brimfield Elementary, Suffield Elementary, the middle school. If you have not had an opportunity to watch those videos, I'd urge you to take a couple minutes. We try and keep them all brief, and they will give you a lot of information about what's happening in all of the buildings in the district. Glad you're with me today, Mike.
Thank you for having me, Dave.
Thanks for being here. So let's start off. There's been a lot of staff changes the last couple of years at the high school. Tell me some of the good things that have happened as a result of that.
Last couple of years, we had some retirements of school counselors. So we hired 2 brand new school counselors doing a fantastic job. We have a new assistant principal, Mrs. Mauger, doing a very good job. This is her 2nd year. We have new English teachers. We have a very strong English department. This year, due to retirement, we hired 2 brand new rookie Spanish teachers.
That is a tough thing to start
absolutely.
with.
And I have not seen 2 rookies do as well as they've done. In fact, one of them, Mrs. Schumacher, was nominated as our District Rookie of the Year to be honored at the Summit ESC. So new staff doing very well. We have a new addition next year. We have a brand new science teacher we're very excited about, and those are some of our staff changes.
Excellent. I know one of the other things that has changed in the last couple of years, the Falcon Period started as something that wasn't every day.
Yes.
And now it is every day.
Yes.
Explain, if people are not familiar, what is the Falcon Period and how it's used.
So we have the Falcon Period. It's in the afternoon, it's after lunches, and it was once a week for 50 minutes. Now it is daily. It's 5 times a week and for 40 minutes. And that's used for several things. It's used for the students, it's used for the teachers. First off, it's non-academic time. So what that means is it gives students a chance to get caught up on work, to get tutoring. We have designated writing labs, designated math labs if they need assistance with math. If they need remediation for end-of-course exams, it's used that way. It can also be used for club meetings, student council meetings, Teen Institute, French, Spanish clubs, things like that. Class meetings, National Honor Society. But what it's also used for, and we're very excited about this because this is our first year doing it, is our PLCs, Professional Learning Communities. What that is each department has a designated day of the week. So for example, Monday is English. So we'll have staff go and cover their Falcon Period, where they have about 25 students, and then they will go and meet. And they don't meet as a department specifically per se. They meet, they discuss English 9, they teach English 9, or English 10, and then the algebra teacher gets to talk algebra or just geometry. So outstanding use of our teachers' time. Also what we use is we use something called Falcon Enrichment, where our school counselors will go in and they one class at a time, they take our students through academic and even some career planning to kind of point them in the right direction. So every day at 12:33, that is our Falcon Period.
Students enjoy it.
Students enjoy it.
Staff likes the professional time.
Staff love it, yes.
Well, that's
absolutely
fantastic. That's excellent.
Yeah.
I know it's, as we're just going through the spring, master schedule building,
Yes.
and we're already thinking about next year.
We are.
So talk a little bit about new courses, either courses that have started here in the last year or so, or things that you might be eyeing to start next year.
So with College Credit Plus, Dave, we have competition with Kent State or Akron. So our goal is to keep as many students here for as long as possible. So we do have in-house CCP teachers, College Credit Plus. We offer history, we offer English. I'm looking forward to possibly offering science or possibly even a foreign language. But another way to keep our students here is interesting electives. So some of the new electives that we have this year, some English electives, we have Harry Potter class, which is a semester elective where kids read Harry Potter, and I mean it doesn't use technology. It's just old school reading books and talking about Harry Potter.
Is it is it all of them? There are a lot of books, right? Or is it just a selected?
I think they're assigned to read the first book ahead of time. I don't think they get through quite all of them, so they'll watch.
They're big books.
Big books.
Big books.
I think it's almost 5,000 pages, the whole series. So that's for the semester, another semester class is mythology, very popular class. Next year, a new class is going to be pop culture, and all three of these courses are taught by English teacher Mrs. Wilson.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And next year, we are looking to integrate...
Good enrollment in all those? A lot of people signing up.
Jam-packed, we had to turn kids down.
Wow,
Absolutely.
that's great. Yeah. If you offer things kids want, it makes all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. Technology, Mrs. Tenney, she teaches coding, coding 1, coding 2. She teaches design techniques, that's like using Photoshop, things like that, building websites. However, next year with the integration of AI, ChatGPT, if you've heard in the news, we want to offer an introduction to AI course, possibly a gaming course by Mrs. Tenney. Mrs. Tenney also teaches 2 CCP classes through Akron, fiction appreciation, and the other one would be Shakespeare in our world. However, we do have some offerings that teachers have already offered up for next year. So for the master's schedule for the following year, we are going to put out an interest survey in September early. What are some electives you're interested in?
To the students?
To the students, yes.
Okay.
So for example, one interest was, one of our English teachers was going to offer a true crime podcast.
Oh,
That I think that'll be popular. Another one would be speech and debate was another one. Let's see what else. We have forensics as an elective. We have several electives in history. So the goal is to keep our kids here and to keep our kids interested. And I think that we're doing a good job of that.
Speech and debate would be a good one.
Absolutely.
It's something that used to be required back in
That's
the
right.
dark ages when I was in school.
I took it as well.
I had to take it, yeah. So I don't want this to go too long, but just touch for a minute on personalized learning. There's a select group of staff members that have been meeting all year on personalized learning. Talk a little bit about that.
So personalized learning is an exploration project that we started back in September. So it's myself, a few English teachers, an intervention specialist, a social studies teacher, and our curriculum director is involved. You've been to some meetings. Our media specialist has been involved. What it is a more intentional way of making learning more unique to meet the students' needs. So personalized learning, these are strategies that our teachers have used and had been using in the past, but it gives the student more of an option to be the driver for their learning. So instead of just giving one assignment per day, there's options. So there could be 5 or 6 assignments as options to complete for the unit throughout the week, and the student gets to choose their learning, how they do it, and the teacher is there to guide them through the process.
It sounds like that would make it a little more engaging for students. And they would have the opportunity to find a way both to learn and pique their interest.
So some of the teachers that have tried this, we've gotten great feedback from our students. They say, so I can do what I want, you're not telling me what to do? No, not necessarily. Here are these 4 assignments, complete 2 of them. And as long as they meet that standard, then that is how they'll learn that objective.
Fantastic. Well, so many events go on around this campus all year long, but
There's always something going on.
Always something going on, and a lot to wrap up the year. But a big one right when the year gets started.
Yes.
I think you would want to mention.
September 1st, Falcon Fest. That is our 3rd football game. Football starts way earlier now because of the expanded playoffs. So our first football game is August 18th. Our first home football game is, September 1st, and that is versus Rootstown. And like we've had in the past, it grows every year. Falcon Fest is held out in our band field. Hundreds attend. There'll be games, prizes. It's like a carnival. All clubs will participate. Most every teacher will be there. That starts at 4, and then closer to 7, our band will drum out, and you can actually follow the band into the stadium for our home kickoff.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
It's always a great night.
It is.
And
It's
students
fun.
from all the buildings come. We hope you've been to it before, and if not, come on out. September 1st, you'll want to be here for Falcon Fest and the first home football game. Mike Geraghty, thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate all the information. I hope this has all been really informative for everyone watching. We, of course, appreciate your time in giving it to us and learning about what's going on in the district. The year's wrapping up. We'll be back during the next school year, in the 23-24 school